You win. Perfect.
Oh, that's not how we pick up games.
Why are you talking like a ghost?
Because we go to GameStop and it's spooky.
It's forbidden.
It is, apparently.
Not to us, though. We love GameStop because they do good stuff for us.
They definitely help us out. I think we've said it before. Even if you don't agree with the business practices of GameStop, which are sometimes shady, there are good people that work there. At least you can find good people because we have. And they always keep their ear to the ground for us.
As long as you treat them like human beings.
Yeah, imagine that. Treat someone nicely and they'll kind of be nice too.
Huh. Sounds like a rule I've heard before.
Nah, you're making it
something. Is it gold?
Anyway, we do like to go to GameStop because we can find some good deals. We did not need Uncharted 4 on day one.
No,
so
we're really behind.
So we were able to get this at a really cheap price, which was very nice. And sometimes that works out really well for us because by the time we're going to get around to playing it, it's usually dropped in price anyway. So why go out and buy it for, $60?
That's a good thing, though. Let us know in the comments below. Do you guys have to get new games day one? Or do you wait to get them when you're ready to play them? Because I don't think it makes you any less of a gamer if you don't get things day one. Pretty much the only time I think we get things day one is if it pre-order comes with something really awesome. Like either some kind of cool downloadability or statues or merchandise or something.
Yes,
that's usually the only time we get something day one because there's no point in it.
We also picked up in the bargain bin, just because it looks like it's got dragons on it, we got Lair. And again, I seriously got this just because there were dragons in it.
I'm the mother of dragons.
You're not the mother of dragons. No.
It's on my shoulder. It's a dragon. It's got some neat screenshots on the back, though.
So, since I know nothing about this game, definitely let us know what to expect from this one. Maybe it was in the bargain bin for a reason, and it's not that great.
But dude, you get to ride dragons and catch things on fire.
That's why I have high hopes for it, or at least some hopes for it. I should let you introduce this one.
This one is Rush of Blood. We've been having so much fun with the demo on I almost said PS Vita, PS4 VR. But anybody that comes over, we're like, oh, dude, you guys have got to try this. And everybody loves it, even if they don't like clowns, which I can't stand clowns. But it's so much fun. So I was like, okay, dude, it's $20. Let's go ahead and pop on the actual full-on game and see,
Yeah, so now we won't keep playing the same demo track over and over.
Although we're still pretty terrible at it. We usually get C's and B's and D's when it pops up with how many collectibles we got, so maybe we do need to keep playing that one.
The very first time she played the demo for this game, she did not get very far.
No, I got to the point where in the opening, you don't even get to the talkie part, but the ghosts are floating around in front of you, and I looked to the side and there were a girl and a boy ghost, and they were right here, and I just went, nope, and I took the VR off my head and I set it down. I was like, nope. I got it. I picked it up the next day, and I was a brave little girl, and I soldiered through.
But we have been having a lot of fun with the VR.
Yes,
and
it is
we do have a couple of full-on games. But again, this seems like a really good party game because obviously you can have your friends play it, and of course, everybody else in the room wants to watch the reactions. We try to have a pretty decent stance on no touching the VR user.
Yes, that is a rule.
But we do have certain friends that come over who can't resist. They get a little touchy-feely.
When it's their own spouse, we kind of relax the rule because, that's between you two and me.
You should probably introduce this one, too. I think you were excited about this.
I was excited about this one. Quantum Break. So excited because this has got one of the Ashmore twins in it. I can never remember which ones, which Sean or oh gosh, I blanked on the other names. But anyway, it's Iceman from X-Men.
Assuming that's the right one.
I'm pretty sure this is the right one. Yeah, not the. But anyway, is that little? Almost looks like Littlefinger in here from Game of Thrones. I don't know, but I was just excited because it looks. If you can see, it looks exactly like him. I am so impressed with the quality that they're able to get when they get actual real actors in a game and they use their likeness, and it's not just drawing. I mean, it's motion capture. It's impressive. It just totally impresses me. So I love games that they've taken the real actors, kind of like from Mass Effect when they did Yvonne, whatever her last name is, from the chick from Chuck. She played I totally lost her name. But anyway, she looked amazing.
I feel like I'm totally losing you here.
Having weird brain issues right now. Actually, Uncharted, or not Uncharted, it was Assassins. Kristen Bell was in the first one. I mean, she looked amazing. It looked just like her. It was using her likeness. I just love games that do that. I think that's awesome.
The other big thing is this game obviously took a very big cinematic approach. You have gameplay elements, but then you also have actual video elements, kind of like a melding a video game with television. Yeah. And so that's a big thing for her because she loves a game with a really good story.
Yes.
And for me, I mean, anything to do with time travel, time manipulation, I'm always a sucker for that. So it was a great pickup just for that alone.
I'm super excited about this one. I'm really excited. I really feel like this is kind of where the medium is going for actors, not just dealing with movies, but wanting to get into video games because it's kind of more of a interactive, bigger. There's a chance of better sequels and whatnot, and better funding.
You can definitely stay younger a lot longer with the video
games.
And then the last thing I picked up, just mostly for the collection, was Fortune Street on the Wii. My main reason for picking it up is the fact that it's combining Mario characters, the Mario universe, with the Dragon Quest universe. And I love both games, obviously. I've been a fan of Dragon Quest back since it was Dragon Warrior over here in the US because of some legal issues using the name Dragon Quest here. But anyway, it does play out, I believe, a lot like a Monopoly game. So I'm a little on the fence on that. I'm not the biggest Monopoly fan in the world. However, if anything could win me over, it's got to be characters, like Mario. Obviously, Jessica from Dragon Quest 8, was it? Oh, so many of those now.
I made you a slime out of crochet.
She did.
I crocheted him a slime.
So I thought that'd be a good pickup. Now seems to be a good time to kind of pick up some Wii games because everyone's moving on to the Switch and everything.
Speaking of that, the Wii, is it the Wii and Wii U virtual console going down?
Yeah, what do you guys think about that? Now's definitely the time to get in there and get all those digital games that you want.
Yes.
Something that I always loved about the virtual console was the access to certain games that you normally wouldn't be able to easily get. A lot of the Super Nintendo Squaresoft RPGs, for example, the ones that might be a little higher priced, or even the Nintendo ones like Earthbound, being able to get a digital form of that so that you can actually play it without having to pay that hefty price tag. That was really cool.
Now, how does that actually work when they shut down? Are they just shutting down the stores, but the servers are still going and your games will still work?
I'm pretty sure the servers will be gone too. I'm pretty sure that you can still play the games as long as it's on your system.
Okay.
But if you delete that game, you may be out of luck. Right.
I always was curious how that works. I never really look into it. I just rely on him. I'm like, I want to play this. And he goes, here you go, dear.
Of course, being game collectors, it's sometimes hard for us to go after a lot of digital games because we'd really like to have the physical format because of what I just said. If you delete that game, it's gone. It's not like you can get it again.
Yeah.
I mean, this one's not going anywhere.
It's kind of, the only time we really go for the digital ones is when it's on more of a portable-esque system. Because we might take it on a trip with us and we don't want to take a bunch of cartridges or discs or whatever. And so then we'll have the digital version.
As a father, I could definitely say that's one area where digital games shine.
Like on the DS.
I love the fact that my daughter can have multiple games on her system without having to actually take multiple games with her wherever we're going.
Or multiple games.
But the other cool thing about the virtual console, just real quick since we're talking about that, it introduced people to a lot of games and a lot of different systems that they weren't very familiar with. TurboGrafx 16 is a great example.
ColecoVision, they put some of those on there.
Did they do Coleco?
I thought that was. Maybe it was.
I know Commodore 64
Commodore, that's
was
the
on
one
there.
I was thinking of. It starts with a C. What do you want?
But the point is, TurboGrafx games are hard to come across just anyway, and they're usually pretty pricey. So that's a great way for people to get in there and experience games in a system that they didn't get to before.
And we have one more little surprise.
We do. Speaking of game pickups from GameStop.
This is kind of not really a game per se, but it is a big pickup.
But check this out. So they were rearranging their store, and I had just kind of tossed out there as a little earworm to them. Mm-hmm. If you guys don't want that shelf, if you ever get rid of it, let me know.
Yeah.
And they actually called me up and said, we don't want this anymore.
Yep. It's the cool display thing, you know, where you can take the games. I can get one out here, you know, and it'll sit up top here. And this little thing, you could display.
Put your favorites up there. Or something that they showed us, the crown does come off.
And there's a hard surface right up here. Here, I'll put a box.
So if you want to display some stuff in there instead of just a couple of games on the crown.
And all the shelves are metal and movable, and we've got these little cool little
like the marquee
things, thank you. And we do have the Wii U's on this side, and I don't know if you can see it from the angle, but the Wii marquee is right here, so we've got all our Wii games right here.
And then we don't have anything on the back two sides just yet, but if we come across an abundance of sports games, that's a great place for those to go, because I'm sorry, nobody comes over and asks to play Madden 13 anymore.
No. Madden 25, though, we get that one asked a lot.
Well, at least until 26 comes out. Yeah. But
sorry,
anyway, it just goes to show there are some cool things to be found at GameStop, some good deals on games, especially if you don't mind waiting a little while, you know, catch up on that backlog before you buy those new games, you know, save yourself a little money, and instead of one game, buy, 5 games.
Yeah, and like I said, always be nice to your GameStop people. I don't know if you can see her in the background, but that Ray back there, I mentioned I was like, oh, he knew how much I loved Ray, and I was like, oh, I'm going to steal your Ray. And before I left the store, he had it folded up, and he said, here, just get it out of my store. I don't want it anymore. And I was like, woohoo!
So it doesn't hurt to ask.
Yep. Alrighty, guys. Don't forget to like this video, comment below with some of your hit tips and tricks, and subscribe to this channel, and we will see you later, my little nerdlings. Bye-bye!